Let's check in on our lovely Gulf allies and see what they're up to. British man faces 2 years in Dubai jail after testing positive for cannabis. Connor Clements was arrested after results for drug tests came back. So this kid's 24 years old. According to the story, he was in a rut at home in Liverpool, and he wasn't happy with the way his life was going, so he wanted a new beginning. So he moved to Dubai, and he got a job as a waiter there, and he was living with his sister who's there. And what happened was the job tested him for drugs. He came back positive, but he insists, like, no, I didn't have anything in this country. Before I left Liverpool, that's when I had some marijuana. So I consumed a drug in a different country before I ever even came here, but the trace remnants in my system are now making it so he might be in jail for 2 years. Ooh, can you imagine that kind of a... I mean, that's tyranny is what that is. I mean, it's bad enough in the U.S. where we have a war on drugs and countless lives have been utterly destroyed by people getting caught with a substance and they're not hurting anybody. But this is not even them having the substance. It's, was the remnants of it were in your mind, and now we might throw you in prison for 2 years. Is it really that hard? Like, I feel like there's something intuitive about saying, hey, it is moral to let people do what they want to do if they're not hurting anybody else. There's something very intuitive about that. Like, if somebody, let's say they're terminally ill, and they say, I want to end my life in a peaceful way. Isn't there something intuitive where you go, you know what? That person should have the right to do that. They're suffering with cancer. They're in pain all day. They want to have their family around them and take something that lets them peacefully go out. Isn't there something intuitive about saying it's the right thing to do? What are you going to do? Step in and go, no, I will not let you do what you want to do with your own body when you're not hurting anybody. It's the same thing here. You're going to fucking ruin somebody's life, put them in prison for 2 years in Dubai because they had trace remnants of something that slightly tweaked their consciousness, and even when it tweaked their consciousness, they weren't hurting anybody? Come on, man. Come the fuck on. Look, on social issues, we got to be more libertarian the world over and let people do what they want if they're not hurting anybody else. To me, that's like the default position of what the moral thing to do is. And this is just a clear case where you see the ramifications if we don't have that as our standard.